Now we start with tank cleaning process. First of all, the tank which is to be cleaned to be completely emptied out with ITT or other facilities like ERV. In this process, the sludge will be settled at the bottom portion of the tank. Once the product transfer is completed, lineups of ITT facilities and other tank will be completely isolated. Now the manhole of the tank will be opened. We can use chain pulley blocks to pull out the cover of manhole safely. There is huge vapor present inside the tank, so personnel who are involved in this activity should wear complete set of PPEs to ensure safe operations. After removing the manhole cover, we have to remove all the vapor which is present inside the tank. To make it faster, we place one flame-proof exhaust fan at one side of the manhole and other side of the manhole will remain open. This is how the degasification inside the tank is done. Sufficient time is required for the degasification process to complete. Generally, it takes 24 hours to 48 hours. It depends on the type of product which was stored in the tank. Once the degasification process is completed, we ensure that there is no vapor is present through LEL meter. After this, we place slurry pump and empty barrels nearby the tank. With the slurry pump, heavy sludge which is accumulated at the bottom of the tank is collected in empty barrels. It is required that during this activity, the exhaust fan is running throughout. Once the heavy sludge is collected in the barrels, we remove the slurry pump assembly. With this, we can say the tank is ready for chorus washing. But before going for chorus washing, it is required to take LEL reading once more to ensure that there are no vapor present inside the tank. It is to be ensured that exhaust fan is running during this activity also. Once it is ensured that there are no vapors are present in the tank and it is safe to enter into the tank, the coarse washing can be started. The coarse washing is basically done for removing the debris and sludge traces from the cell plates, weld joints, rivets, etc. It is must that the person who is entering into the tank shall wear complete set of PPEs as discussed earlier. During this activity also, the exhaust fan should run continuously. Once the chorus washing is completed, slurry pump and empty barrels are placed again near the tank. With the slurry pumps, the sludge which is accumulated during the chorus washing can be collected into the empty barrels. Once the sludge which was generated during the chorus cleaning is collected, we remove the slurry pump and barrels and we again check for any vapor presence in the tank through LEL meter. If no vapor is present in the tank, the fine washing can be started. In fine washing, the cell plates, bottom plates, and roof legs, etc. are cleaned properly. Person wearing complete set of PPEs shall enter into the tank for fine washing. The clip shows how the fine washing is being done. Once the fine washing of the tank is completed, we again verify that no vapor traces are inside the tank through LEL meter. If no vapor is present inside the tank can be handed over to concern for internal inspection. The clip shows the internal visuals of a clean tank. Now we will see the cleaning process of underground tanks. Before going to the cleaning procedure, let us have a look on general arrangement of the tank. These tanks are placed below the ground level. It has a vertical pump assembly, an inlet and outlet pipe section, a manhole, a vent pipe and gauge well for sampling and level measuring. The first step is to evacuate the tank product into some other tank with the help of the existing sump pump. If required, we can also use emergency response vehicle for evacuating the tank product completely. Once the evacuation is completed, the sludge settle at the bottom of the tank and cell plates. Though the tank product is completely evacuated, but vapor will remain inside the tank. Hence, with all safety precautions, the pump assembly, manhole, and other fittings on the tank is to be removed. Once the vertical pump assembly and manhole cover and other fittings are removed, a flame-proof exhaust fan is placed at one side of the manhole, keeping other side of the manhole open. This is how the degasification of the tank is done. Once the degasification of the tank is done, we arrange for slurry pump and few empty barrels to collect the sludge, which can be easily taken out from the tank bottom. This is to be ensured that the exhaust fan is running throughout the process. Once the heavy sludge is collected from the tank bottom, we remove the slurry pump and barrels. Now the tank is ready for coarse washing. But before going for coarse washing, we have to ensure that no product vapor is present inside the tank through LEL meter. Once it is ensured that no vapor is present inside the tank, a person wearing complete set of PPEs can enter into the tank to carry out the coarse cleaning. Once it is done, we arrange for a slurry pump and empty barrels to collect the sludge which is accumulated during the coarse cleaning. During the process, the exhaust fan should keep on running. Once the sludge which was accumulated during coarse cleaning is collected, we remove the slurry pumps and barrels. We again check for any vapor presence through LEL meter. In case no product vapor is present, the fine washing can be started. To carry out fine washing, a person wearing complete set of PPEs enters into the tank. Then the cell plates and other parts of the tank is cleaned properly to make tank free from sludge traces. Once the fine washing of the tank is completed, we again check for any vapor presence and hand over the tank to concern for internal inspection.